I don't know where you live, but around here in Chicago, I feel like fall comes and goes in an instant, which is a shame because it's my favorite season. So that's why I wanted to make some apple pie parfaits. They're the perfect sweet little treat to make when you're craving apple pie, but you don't feel like making the real thing. So come on, grab an apple and I'll show you how to make this. What's up, universe? Welcome back to my kitchen. And in case you don't know who I am, I'm Julie, I'm a chef, I'm a mom, and for this season, our focus is gonna be some easy and yummy snacks that we can actually execute and film while our son Lincoln naps. With all that said, I think it's time to make some apple pie parfaits. What you're gonna need is a large apple, maple syrup, old-fashioned oats, coconut oil, cinnamon, and vanilla yogurt. When I tested this recipe the first time, I actually used some leftover apples that I had from apple picking. But today I'm gonna be using a honey crisp apple. So use one large apple of your choice. I would go for one that's a little bit more sweet, not like a Granny Smith apple. If you wanna use an apple that you got from apple picking, you can, but they tend to be a little bit smaller. So if you want to use that, then go ahead, but maybe use like 1.5 apples, maybe 2, depending on the size. I'm just cutting it into a dice. All right, this is what I call a cook's treat. So nibble on this at the end. You're just gonna place your apples into a bowl. So here I have a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, classic combo. And the sweet element of this recipe is gonna be maple syrup. I mean, cinnamon, apples, and maple syrup. Can you get more fall? And then we're gonna use 2 tablespoons of old-fashioned oats. Sometimes they're called old-fashioned rolled oats. Basically, just don't use steel cut or instant. What I think is unique about this recipe is that you're kind of mixing all of the oats together as opposed to leaving it on the side to top at the end. It's just mixed throughout, so it makes your life a little bit easier. Then I'm gonna get a teaspoon of coconut oil. Usually when it comes to room temperature, it goes from this solid, pasty consistency to a liquid. But if it doesn't, then you can just pop it in the microwave for a few seconds. And I think it's pretty cool that this is all the fat that you need. There's no butter involved. You're gonna reserve some coconut oil on the side to grease your ramekins. Okay, then we're just gonna toss together. Oh my gosh, you guys, as soon as you toss this mixture together, the aroma is insane. It already smells like apple pie. All right, now I'm just gonna use our 2 ramekins and a little paper towel. You're gonna use some of that leftover coconut oil to grease your ramekins. I'm not really measuring it, I'm just putting a good chunk in there. And then use your paper towel to rub it in on the bottom and along the sides. If you don't have coconut oil for this recipe, can you use other oils? Yeah, I think vegetable canola oil would work, maybe even some butter. I'm just gonna divide this mixture into the 2 ramekins. Honestly, I probably have too much apple for this recipe because this is a huge apple. I'm gonna make it work. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I made it fit. I'm not gonna lie though, because as I was starting to pour these into the ramekins, I started freaking out inside. And then grab yourself a little baking sheet and pop this into a preheated 400-degree oven. We're gonna pop this in for about 20 minutes, just until the apples get a little bit shriveled and browned, and that's about it. Oh my God, it smells really amazing. It's so aromatic. It smells just like an apple pie. They look pretty much exactly the way that they went in. The dice kept its shape and the oats are just slightly toasted. Now, if it's up to you, if you really want to use more oats, if you want to add in some toasted nuts, you could do that too. But I like it just simple like this. And the thing about these apple pie parfaits is that it doesn't produce a lot of juice. Like when you have an apple pie, there's like that syrupy juice that comes out. But because this was just some maple syrup, 2 teaspoons, and a little bit of coconut oil, they kind of don't produce a lot of juice. So then the last part of the recipe is crucial. You want to add in some moisture and mouthfeel, like some creaminess. So I have some vanilla Greek yogurt. I'm using Greek yogurt, but feel free to just use plain vanilla yogurt. Just add that little dollop. And that's about it. So now it's time for the taste. Okay, well, I hope your yogurt's not too warm.
It looks pretty good. Smell is incredible right now.
Seriously, look how pretty it is when it's like freshly dolloped. This one we use for photography. It's like a blobby ghost now. Here. Did you try it with the yogurt?
Of course. You know when it's like really good and your mouth, it just salivates?
You know what? I think this tastes even better with the Honeycrisp apple than the one that we used when we went apple picking. So. For me, I think I could have kept it in the oven just like 3 more minutes. I didn't check, but you can. So if you want it to be a little bit more tender than ours you can actually kind of hear the crispness. I'm not mad about that either, but if you want your apples to be more tender, then go between like 20 to 25 minutes depending on your preference, the size of your apple, the type of apple that you have, and also how small you diced it. Because the smaller you dice it, the quicker it'll soften up.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, who can complain about this treat?
Yeah, it's like apple pie without the crust, really.
And the yogurt is what makes it a parfait. It's kind of like having any other kind of yogurt parfait with granola and fruit.
Yeah, I mean, I think the combination of the yogurt, the apples, baked apples, goes really well together.
For substitutions, obviously you can use whatever apple that you like. If you want to use a Granny Smith apple, something that's more tart, then definitely boost up the maple syrup. Maybe add a teaspoon more. And then instead of the vanilla yogurt, you can always use vanilla ice cream. So we can definitely do that for dessert if you're feeling like you're in the mood for a treat, if you just want to serve this as a quick dessert. But with the vanilla yogurt, you can have it any time of the day. You could even have it for breakfast. It just gives you all of the warmth and the cozy feels of fall. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Remember that if you are part of our universe, to leave a comment down below to let us know part of the universe so we know who's in our squad. And remember to push like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to our channel. Also, hit that bell for notifications so you know every single time we upload a new video. Thanks so much for watching.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Right when I was about to start talking. With all that said, I think it's time to make some what am I calling this? Okay. It's good?
It's like, when it's like really good, your mouth gets all wet inside. Savory.